Hello, this is Upasana Adhikary from Haldia Institute of Technology from CSC department. And today my topic is Tower of Hanoi, which I will discuss in this video, part 1. And the rest of the part of Tower of Hanoi will be discussed in part 2. Now, what is Tower of Hanoi? You already, some of you may know this structure. I am using Math is Fun website. This is a genuinely good website for fun games and intelligent games. So this is Tower of Hanoi. You can see the main thing in Tower of Hanoi is there present three rods. One is the source, and this is the auxiliary, or we can say intermediate rod, and this one is the destination rod, and these are the stack of this. Now, what will be our objective? Our objective will be to move this stack of disks from source to destination. Here we can see three disks. It could be four, it could be one, it could be two, it could be five, it could be more than any number, more than one. Now, see who we must discuss that who invented this Tower of Hanoi. Tower of Hanoi is basically invented by Edward Lucas. This puzzle is also, called pyramid puzzle. And as it is invented, or we must say it is recreated in 1883 by Edward Lucas, it is called Lucas Tower. Now, Lucas Tower, where he may get the idea, again comes the myth, or it is said, it may be true that in our ancient Indian temple, that is Kashi Vishwanath, where three big pillars are present, and those pillars have 64 golden discs. This 64 golden disc, it is said, is carrying the prophecy of ancient time from the very first day of the world, and even the, or we can say, very first day of the Kashi Vishwanath temple, when this 64 days, which is moved every second, if it is moved every second by any priest, and if we know the algorithm of this, what we say, there it is a Tower of Brahma, to how to move the disc in right way. So then it is said the world will get clear after it get finished. But as there are 64 Ds, so we can assume that per second, if any priest will move that from one tower to another tower, then also we may have approximately 58 million years to complete that. Now, how this is calculated, that I will come later. Now, first we are moving, and don't worry, but still have more 42 times life. So, don't worry. This Tower of Hanoi may seem easy to move. We have to move this. If we want to directly move, then we may move like this. But there are certain conditions, there are certain rules to maintain this Tower of Hanoi puzzle, to play this Tower of Hanoi puzzle. Rules are: rule 1. that at most only one disk can be moved at a time. That means you can move this all three to here directly. You can move them. So that means we are unable to move this three directly here. We have to move this one first, then this one. Okay. Next one is now next rule. The topmost is to be moved. Means you can move this before this one. You have to move this one to some of this rod and then you can move this one. Otherwise, it is not following the rule. And the third and the most important thing, the bigger the can't be placed over the small one. That means you are trying to move like this and you are placing this one to here, it will not be able to. Now let's move to the steps. In Tower of Brahma, we saw that 64 golden discs are present, and it is calculated that approximately 58 million years still remaining to get world to an end. Now, what is the formula behind it? How we are calculating this? Suppose A is the number of days. That is the number. And number of days is 1. Then the formula is 2 to the power n minus 1. That is 2 to the power 1 is 2 minus 1 is 1. That means it will only have one state. This thought to destination. Only one state. If number of disks is 2, then 2 to the power 2 minus 1, that is 4 minus 1 is 3. That means we will need 3 minimum steps. These are all minimum steps. You can take more than this step, but this is the minimum step is required. Now, next is if number of disk is 3, what we can see here that the minimum steps we require to the power 3 minus 1, that is 8 minus 1, 7. That means here we require at least 7 moves, minimum move 7 written here. So, in this way, steps are count. Now, if it is 2 to the power 64 minus 1, then you can imagine whatever will be the figure in years. Still remaining to world get one ends. So don't worry, you will be in safe. Now, in this lecture, we will discuss only about these 3 and 4. In part 1 and part 2 both, whatever we will discuss, it will be about this 3 and this. Next, I am moving to the algorithm. We got the minimum step, but how should we move the disk? What should be the algorithm to solve this puzzle so that we can satisfy the minimum step? Again, if n equal to 1, algorithm will be what? Only one disk. That means if s equal to source, d equal to destination, and a equal to auxiliary by intermediate, you can say intermediate as well. If n is equal to 1, this is simple. It will move from, this will have only one step, that is move this from source to destination. Suppose now n equal to 2. 2 disks, what could be the algo? Number 1 algo will be, we move the smaller disk to the auxiliary from source. Next will be move the nth or bigger disk from source to destination, and third point will be move the smaller disk from auxiliary to destination. This is how actually Tower of Hanoi works. This is the algorithm, but now we can solve the problem with 3 Ds. If we can solve the problem with 3 Ds, we can solve the problem with any number of disks, which is more than 3 disks. Let's see what will be the algorithm. Before that, see here, this is a 3 disk Tower of Hanoi. This pink one is the nth disk. This is the n minus 1 and this is n minus 2. This our first objective will be to move the nth disk to the destination. For that, we will apply some algo, and after moving the nth disk from source to destination, we will put the rest of the n minus 1, n minus 2 disk on top of that. And how we will proceed? Let's see. Now, n is 3. First, we will write move n minus 1 disk from source to auxiliary. Same way, like previous algo with 2 disks, but here is the new concept comes via destination. Via destination. Like if you want to go from Kolkata to Goa, then you can take the flight via Bangalore. So you have to halt in Bangalore from Kolkata to Bangalore for a while, and then from Bangalore to Goa you can go on your trip. Now this is the same case from source to auxiliary. The smaller disk will move via destination. Next one will be move nth disk from source to destination, and the third one is okay, let me show you this first line. Source to auxiliary via destination. Via destination, we are putting this n minus 2, n minus 1 source to destination via auxiliary. And the next step, we said move nth disk. This is the nth disk from source to destination. And our third point is move n minus 1 disk from auxiliary to destination via source. Except nth disk, for all other disks, we will need a via. Here, from auxiliary to destination, we need a via of source. So this is how the algorithm works. Okay, you can say that here it is showing 13. So I am starting from here. See, then n minus 1 from source to auxiliary via destination, then nth disk from source to destination, then n minus 1 days from auxiliary to destination. See, now number of move is 7. So this is the basic algorithm of Tower of Hanoi. And from this algorithm, we can write the pseudocode as well. Okay, let's write the pseudocode. That was the algorithm, and before that we wrote 3 rules of Tower of Hanoi, and then we wrote with n equal to 1 disk algorithm, n equal to 2 disk algorithm, and n equal to 3 and more than 3 disk algorithm. Now we will write the pseudocode. What will be the pseudocode? To start the pseudocode, we will write start. Then we will start the procedure, or we can simply write procedure. What procedure? Tower of Hanoi procedure. And inside there, we will see one integer type of number of this will be in integer. Then source will be in character. Then destination will be in character. Then auxiliary will be in character as well. After that, we will write if n is equal to, you can write like this, is equal to 1, or you can just simply write if n equal to 1. This is the base case. Now Tower of Hanoi is basically a recursive way. What is recursion? Recursion is a function which calls itself. So recursion is a function which calls itself. And Tower of see, recursion is of two types mainly: direct recursion and indirect recursion. Direct recursion means from main function, the function will call another function, and inside that function, another function name will be there, the same as the function name itself, and it will call himself again and again, again and again. And in case of indirect recursion, one function will call not itself another function except main function, and then again that function will call the first function. Means function 1 will call function 2, and function 2, the function residing inside the function 2 will call function 1. This is indirect recursion. This is moving like a infinity symbol. But direct recursion is that when a function is simply calling itself, function 1 will call himself like a loop. But there are certain things that what loop, can get infinite. In the case of recursion, as function is calling itself again and again continuously, so it may get to some infinite state. So to avoid that, we need to call some terminating state. That terminating state is called the base case. If the function will hit that case, then it will get terminated. Here, if n equal to 1, that means if this get to 1, this will be the terminating case for the Tower of Hanoi function. So, this is the base case. Now, base case after if n equal to 1, we will see that move one disk from source to destination. This is the base case of Tower of Hanoi. This is the base case of Tower of Hanoi, means if this get 1, then it will be terminated. That means it directly will go to the destination rod. Okay. Then what will be the recursive case? In recursive function, how you will know? One is function will call itself, and another thing, there should be at least one base case, and there should be one recursive case. Multiple recursive case can be there. In Tower of Hanoi, we will see that. Now the recursive case. If this is not the case, if the disk is more than 1, then what will happen? We will write here Tower of Hanoi n minus 1. That algorithm we will put, we can say it is sad. Simply close your eyes and write sad. If S is for source, A is for auxiliary, and D is for destination, then simply write set n minus 1 from source to auxiliary, it will move via destination. And when we are calling the function, this is source to destination via auxiliary. That means from source S, the disk is moving to the destination by auxiliary. So in the middle, after declaring the disk, we will write from where it is moving to where it is moving, and then via what it is moving. So in first case, we can see that Tower of Hanoi, that n minus 1 or n more than that, n minus 2, n minus 3, like this, these disks are moving from source to auxiliary via destination. Then again we will write move nth disk, the last disk present in the source rod. Move nth disk from source to destination. Here we will not declare any via. Next step, again Tower of Hanoi n minus 1. Again remember it is adds. Adds means from auxiliary, the remaining two disks from auxiliary to destination, it is moving via source. And here my end of if comes, then end of procedure. This is mainly in the else part. Then we can write end if statement, end procedure, and then stop. Hope you have enjoyed the part one, Tower of Hanoi. And in the next part, we will discuss using 3D scan 4D, its programming and complexity. Thank you.